¿Qué tal mis brothers? Hoy les traigo otro videazo aquí en Alemania y si reconocen este auto, saben qué taller estoy viendo a visitar, así que entremos sin más preámbulo para conocer a Misha y su taller que ha abierto hace poco con este proyecto que está haciendo. Buenas.
Hello, hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, hello. How you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time and giving us the welcome.
Yeah. Welcome to, the Nürburgring, first of all. I guess with you probably have done something.
My first lap today.
First lap? How
Amazing.
was it?
Good. Real nice.
Good.
I got
dry conditions, not too much traffic. I think.
not too much traffic. I just let two people pass all I needed, so I was impressed and enjoying a 50C.
Yeah, that's
Some fun. Yeah. Well, for the people that don't know him, go look him up. He's a race car driver, doing a lot of content on Instagram, really fun drives and a lot of crazy things.
Yeah. Well, I live here almost for next year. It's going to be 10 years that I'm here at the Nürburgring. Done a lot of things, from renting out cars, instructing, nowadays racing, driving other people's cars. And as of this year, I started also another company, which is this, Vulcan Alpha, where we engineer all kinds of stuff for cars, street cars, motorsport cars, with focus on aerodynamics, basically. So I can give you a small tour while you're here. Anyway, this is our development car that started it all, Opel Speedster or Vauxhall VX220 for UK, maybe some other countries also other names. I think Australia had a different name as well. Very light. It's now actually has all the upgrades of the car. I will show them to you later. You can have a look here. Basically, it's our printing room. So we have a big 1 cubic meter 3D printer.
Wow.
That allows us to print really big things up to 1 cubic meter and very quick, very fast. So for example, here's one of the early prototypes of our wing, and we have a very interesting technology is that you can extend it. So you can bolt on a narrow version which will fit within the silhouette of the car for street regulations of certain countries such as Germany, and then you come to the track, you attach extensions and you have a full-size GT3 wing, basically.
So cool.
That's what we do. But speaking of the printer, we use it for prototyping, for utilizing, because an example, like to do a mold for a wing. If you start producing a wing, to make this out of carbon fiber, you need to make molds, and a mold would cost about between 5,000 to 8,000 euros, let's say. But the 3D print, like this, for example, would cost you just the filament cost, which would be maybe just 1,000 euros, or between 500 to 1,000.
That's a lot less.
So for a single piece, you then make a mold, you see if it fits on the car, if it works, if it has all the properties you've designed, and then after that you can produce all the mass production. Or you can make a single piece use if you're not intending on having much use. So for example, 2 weeks ago I raced in World Time Attack Challenge in Australia for Hyundai, because Hyundai has actually, first they invited me to drive, and then they asked a few weeks after, 1 month before the race, they asked like, hey, would you like to put your wing on it? Like, yeah, should we do a splitter too? And then we had basically only 3 weeks to design and produce everything, and it would take usually a month to produce mold, etc., etc. It was not possible. So what we've done, we 3D printed the splitter out of 4 pieces. So this is actually one of the pieces, and then you would have 1, 2, 3, 4. And after that was wrapped in carbon fiber, and then we had a fully functional front splitter. We had one for the Speedster, so I can actually show you the finished project of those. But that's basically the idea behind it. We can do lots of custom-made things. That material is, by the way, 10% carbon fiber. So here goes to another example. You don't see it here because, right now the clam is on the car, but we installed the oil cooler, we scanned the environment, and we 3D printed and modeled and 3D printed custom air intake. So this is the same material that you saw just now, so it's 3D printed in 10% carbon fiber. So that's all custom made, and the whole process, when you see the cooler, the whole process took about 8 hours with installation, modeling, printing, and then you have a custom intake. Also great for brake cooling ducts because it is 100 up to 160 degrees heat resistant. Here we have some earlier prototypes of our wings. So before we started production, we tested all the what's it called? all the airfoils that we wanted to produce.
You test them both on the computer and in the car?
Yes. So here is the splitter, front splitter from the Speedster. You can actually see it better under the light. And that again it's a single piece that we have made. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, you can see it's a proper GT3 spec front splitter with all the air guide elements. And this was also made in the same technology like the Hyundai that I showed you. So inside of this are also 4 pieces of filament 3D printed, the core. And after that was wrapped in carbon fiber and then baked. So it's the only difference is it's a bit heavier than the proper carbon fiber would be, but it's still extremely sturdy. So it's instead of 1.5 or 2 kilos, it's maybe 10 kilos, but it's probably maybe even less than 10. But for this size, it's really not that bad.
That's for like prototype. Then you make it full carbon, or that's
yes, yeah. So it's single use because we don't expect to sell them a lot. I mean, of course, there are plenty of people with Speedsters, but a full carbon front splitter like this would cost around 7,000 euros, I would say, based on the size and etc. If you calculate all the design costs, etc. A car like this costs like what?
Same amount.
So this is more. We're working now on some kits that are for like more recent super and sports cars. That would make it a bit more sense, I would say. And then we have a couple of, we have one more wing.
This is a CNC machine?
Yeah, that's a CNC. It's a 3-axis, also used to make molds, etc. So this is one of the other later prototypes. So earlier you saw they are very broken, very ugly. One of the first ones. This is a bit later, so the weave is a bit better of carbon fiber. So
and it's dry carbon.
Yeah, this is dry carbon, single piece, and that's.
How much the weight's like 2 kilos or so?
Feel it out.
Oh my god!
It's
so light.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Maybe a bit less. So that's in short what we do. Of course, we have also a simulator that I used to practice, but to be honest, my team was driving more in this time than I do.
It's fully built.
It's full motion. It's a Nova simulator, so it's 4-axis with motion. It has also active brake pedals, so it can simulate ABS, which is very nice to learn how to not to brake into ABS, so understand when you're braking and you're steering and the car is going on ABS, so it just gives you a bit of extra feedback. And there's just like working office to edit all of my stuff and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
This is so cool. And how long has the project Vulcan been running?
Well, we officially started the company on the 1st of January this year. We moved in here. We started renting this place on the 1st of February. We kind of established the office mid of March, I would say. So from April, mid-March, we started actually doing and developing stuff here. So
that's pretty recent, and it's so cool. You gain so much traction.
Yeah, it was very cool. I mean, especially the Hyundai deal is something that we really take pride in, because my goal was to become an OEM, like a manufacturer supplier, in 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
And we ended up becoming that in 5 months.
Amazing.
And thanks to that, what we showed to them, what we can do very quick, and something that actually works, and something that is also looking good. It was up to manufacturer spec. It brought us a lot of cool, exciting projects for next year to come. And also maybe hopefully with them something more and more extreme. So it will be something nice in the coming weeks, months, or years for sure. So looking forward to that.
I'll be looking that in their social media for sure. And well, you can see the videos on his Instagram. He was jumping on the splitter, standing on the wing to test how strong it is, because actual proper aero, it's gonna withstand a lot of strength.
Exactly. That's very important.
And are you planning? Well, you obviously track this car on the radio.
Yeah, this is our development car. It's also the car that started this company, basically. I mean, it's a very cool story, because I drive basically the cars of people that come to me, message me on Instagram or email or YouTube, Facebook, etc., and ask me, do we want to drive my car? And most of the times I say yes, unless it's a very bad shitbox, which happens more often than people think. People think because quite often, I mean, there are quite often like close calls or brakes failing or something, like something happens on the laps, which basically is for exciting video, but it's dangerous and don't try this at home type of situation. And people think, he's recklessly jumping into anything. You do not want to know what kind of stuff I turned away like or in my DMs immediately, or when it comes up here and it leaks oil all over my driveway. You can see how many oil leaks there are on the driveway. People come here like, what's this? Oh mate, it's just power steering fluid. Yeah, and if a Porsche GT3 RS crashes over it when it's driving behind us. So a lot of things I say no to because people bring like very sketchy stuff. So again, a quick disclaimer, if you come to the ring with your own car, make sure it's in good condition, because if you cause damages to others, you need to pay for it. So that's why it's also sometimes smart to rent a car, because those rented cars are insured, and most of the cars that people bring themselves, unless it's a German registered car, but it's a separate topic. What I was saying with this, also one guy wrote to me, asked like, hey, would you like to drive my car? Because I built it, I would like to hear your feedback. So he brought me this Speedster, and he said, you're gonna go alone because the car is bottoming out because it's generating too much downforce. I'm like, and it didn't have any wing. I'm like, what do you mean too much downforce? Yeah, it has like, I engineered like underfloor and flat bottom. Like, what? So it was basically a full Formula 1 style flat floor that he, as an engineer back then, engineered together, and the car was indeed sucking itself to the ground and generating so much downforce that I'm like, what the hell is happening? That video got over 1 million views in a couple of days. In the video he said like, yeah, I'm also still looking for a graduation project because I'm still a student. He got lots of offers. He ended up getting a graduation or internship at Ferrari.
Wow.
After that, immediately a job offer. He accepted the job. He worked there for almost 2 years, I think, as a design engineer. And then afterwards, he quit because we started this.
Nice.
Ferrari was not completely happy, but yeah. And now we are, indeed, we're business partners, and we're working here on all of this.
That's so great.
Yeah.
And I see, well, this is not stock, that's a supercharger. That's
it's a supercharger. It's I think it's a stock Saab engine, or it's a. I'm really not into Speedster. I just know how much money I'm spending on this. I think it's building something.
I stopped counting on my cars.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is like around 370 horsepower, I think. 370, 390.
This is really lightweight as well.
Exactly. Once it's mapped. But there are lots of things that make it more interesting. So like you saw the front splitter, usually it has the big wing that is currently dismounted because we need to map the engine. It's going to have a big diffuser. There's also a lot of things like here, if you come look with me underneath, like there, look at those suspension uprights.
Oh, wow.
That's something that was also designed and engineered in-house, so CNC machined. Because the car will be generating like 2.5 Gs through the corners, so it needs to withstand all of these forces.
It is completely adjustable.
It's completely CNC'd, so you can also accommodate like the custom-made big brake kit, big brakes on the rear axle, a little bit smaller than the front, of course.
It's custom. The calipers are custom.
Everything.
Wow.
Everything. Custom calipers, custom uprights.
And you make them. You send them to be made.
Yeah, we send them to be made to our CNC partners because we have the 3-axis CNC, but not a 5-axis yet. Sorry.
Yet. Couple months.
Hopefully, not months, but yeah. Well, who knows? Who knows where we're gonna end up? But yeah, we have partners for those. So as of now, we are producing carbon and CNC. We outsource it with our partners. The future dream and vision goal is, of course, that we're going to do as much as possible in-house. But right now, we don't have the space. And yeah, we'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out for sure. I mean,
exactly.
Only a couple months, you got this going. You got a lot of traction on social media because of the fun you make into racing, you know?
Yeah.
Watching other people smile while you drive their own car. Priceless, you know,
exactly. Yeah,
pushing it beyond the limits they know they can do.
Yeah.
This is so cool. This is like a dream workshop for me, actually.
Yeah, it's small. It's like we're at as of now we got this just like to focus on our development of the cars or of our products. So actually, one of the coolest things we're working right now, and that we'll be unveiling in about a month's time. It's now currently in production. Is the world's first universal DRS system. So it's a dual element wing that actually works as a DRS. Mm-hmm. Some people might say like, but hold on a second, there's a company 10 years ago that made the functional wing. Well, DRS is not one wing that moves randomly.
It's a split wing.
It needs to be a dual element, like on the GT3 RS, you have a fixed element and active element that you operate or the car operates through ECU based on a certain input. So it needs to actually work because it means drag reduction system and not downforce reduction system. In a way. Well,
yeah, sure.
Anyway, it's something we're going to be unveiling right now. We have already quite some interesting cars in production for that, so it will be. I'm really excited to finish off the year with something big like this. Basically.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And are you planning on testing it on another car, or this is the test car?
No, this is not the test car. I mean, we actually, if you look on my YouTube channel, you will find actually some of the earlier prototypes we already done last year. So it was indeed working. We know the system is working through CFD analysis that we've done already ourselves, and we have right now a couple of cars that will have that system. So it's completely different cars. So we're just
gonna be universal, as you said.
Yes, it is. I mean, the system is universal.
You're just gonna mount it, and
exactly.
It's electric.
It's pneumatic. So it's with two pneumatic actuators. Yeah. So it's gonna be like one CO canister, which is good for like 3,000 actuations.
Oh wow!
And after that, you refill it for 20 euros at your local airsoft dealer or something. And you're done. But indeed, the wing is universal. The end client decides for the width himself. So you can say I want it to be like, I don't know, up to 2 meters wide.
Wow.
GT3 cars are 1.8, I think. So it's
that's big.
You can go really crazy, but most of the people go about 1.7, 1.8. And then it's just the custom mounts. I mean, we make everything custom. We 3D scan, 3D model everything. So all the cars that we actually now making, that's included, that we help them to create special mounts. So yeah.
So they're gonna be able to go into the website, select the model, send it, and you'll custom make it and send it back to them.
Well, the system right now, basically, the DRS system, it's not a cheap one, I would say. It's I think 15,500 euros for the DRS wing. Yeah. People might yell like, are you crazy? Like, well, the GT3 RS wing of a 992 is, I think, 60,000 euros if you break it.
Wow.
I think so. It's like 1/4 of that. Yeah, it's something that we'll be offering. I mean, the end. What I wanted to say is that since it's quite pricey, and it's not that someone with a basic car with the Fiat Panda will come and buy it. I hope we will build a Fiat Panda with DRS.
The 2-meter wing.
Of course, we're all up for it, but most of the time people are like reading the pro level of motorsport, and they come and say like they not only buy a wing, they buy a full kit. Like we can design the front splitters, high skirts, flat floor diffuser, and this, and we know what it costs because motorsport is expensive.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that, and at that point we help to tailor-make that particular wing. We also have clients who say like, I have my whole race team and engineering team and my own CNC factory that I use to make money and spend it on my racing team, I can do the mounts myself for my particular car. So that's basically the...
So you just give them the hard...
Indeed. The options are there. We can create custom mounts. We can give them just the wing or wings... It depends on what the client wants. So it's all there. We try to be flexible and
that's so cool. That's a good thing about being your own manufacturer. You can give that sort of accommodations.
Exactly. And this is what right now helps us to go forward. To helps us to secure these kind of projects like Hyundai.
Yeah.
Because we're not a big company. It's like I say what to do. I say we're doing this, and I have a fantastic team that does not sleep at all until the project is done. Because if you go to a big company, it's like, 2,000 units, and first we need to ask financial department, then the legal department, then to see if the sky is blue, and then we go on holiday, and we come back to you by the end of next year, and our shares dropped, so we're kind of not doing this. It's a mess. If you've been in business, it's like, the bigger the companies are, the most difficult it's to actually make any kind of decision unless it's an existing product. So, yeah.
So it's great you're actually doing this for the community in a way, like helping motorsport grow in general.
Yeah, I mean, we do want to offer something more affordable. and I'm speaking of like, I don't know, 2,000, 1,500 euro wings.
That's good.
It's more affordable. It will be not as crazy, not as extreme, but we want to first set the standard or show like what we do to be known for like the ultimate quality that we offer, because then it's easier to get the lower part. Because if we start with AliExpress and then all of a sudden you say like, oh, I want to build a hypercar, people will be like, nah, you're never gonna recover from that image.
That's the way to go. You actually said it right. You have to go the high end first, develop what you know, to like show what you can do, and then you can build down and help the little guy, you could say.
Exactly. That's the plan. That's the goal. So let's see where we are gonna be by next year.
That's great. And well, your M car is outside.
Yeah.
Real nice. I saw you on unveiling.
Yeah.
Do you currently have other projects as well? Car projects?
Well, the M3 Touring is just my daily. I have also Lucid Air Midland Dream Edition, 1100 horsepower EV. Quite an interesting, exciting car. For next year, we are now locking in projects because some cars that we will be building for others. One of them I hope to build for myself. I do not want to
Unveil it.
away too much. Of course, on the side, I'm also racing M4 GT4 for Bilstein.
That's great.
We want to race it next year, but we'll see where the plans are going to end up eventually, because this year they surprised us with this, because last year we were driving 330i, now it's M4, GT4, maybe next year GT3, or a cup car. My goal is I really would want to drive a cup car. That's for me, I think right now one of the best sounding race car out
For
there.
sure, yes.
Value for money, bang for buck. It's extremely expensive, but it's as fast as a GT3 car, but still half the price of a GT3 car, I think, if not less. So it's really
It's a good combination.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Motorsports, if you do it amateur, it's fine. It's not expensive.
Yeah.
If you go real up, it's real expensive.
If you want to become a millionaire in motorsports, then you need to start as a billionaire.
Yes, yes. That's so rough.
Yeah.
But it's so true as well. Yeah, there's not many people that make money out of cars. I don't think even manufacturers make money off cars. So
It's all, there's so much more behind it. Cars is just a marketing tool, I think.
yeah, it's a nice hobby, and if you make out of it a business, that's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So I really admire what you do. It's great. You share with people on the internet as well as I do. So props to you too. Because most shops, most people, they don't want to show it. They keep it all private, and it's great. Obviously, you're not giving away secrets, but it's cool. You can share with people what you're doing and trying to make it better for all. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I appreciate your time. I really appreciate your tour. I'm glad we had time to meet up, even though it's already night. It's the end of the day. Thank you for waiting on us. Even though my battery died like 4 times already. Come on, man.
You have a good excuse. It died on the Nürburgring.
Yes.
The battery died, you didn't, so that's good.
Another good quote. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, good.
So yeah.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for your
Hope
time,
to visit
man.
you one day in Peru.
Yeah, for
Eat
sure.
some good meat.
Yeah. We got some nice cars. We can go rally, drifting, circuit, anything you want to do. It's real close.
Coffee is horrible here.
Good food, good coffee. Yeah. So for sure.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Misha, for your time. If you don't follow him, go follow his YouTube channel, his Instagram. He's a real cool guy. You have seen it, and he also does great stuff.
Thank you so much.
See you guys. Subscribe for more, and see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.